This is a pick-a-deck reading. This one is for career and finances. The best thing to do is to choose the deck that caught your eye first, the one that stood out to you the most. That's usually the best bet. I will leave timestamps so that you can skip ahead into the video to your reading. Okay, we'll see you there. This reading is for those of you that chose the first deck, the Mountain. The cards that I am using are the Shaman's Oracle deck. And the first card we have here for you is Hunter of Conflict. So I'm getting a couple of things for this. This could be for those of you that are not happy at work. You might even be fighting with coworkers. There might be some sort of jealousy or something going on. Maybe there's issues with a coworker and your boss. It could also be maybe you're struggling to get ahead in life, and that it seems like every time you got a little extra money, boom, more bills come in, or there's something that you're going to need to spend the money on right away. So you never seem to be able to get ahead, never seem to be able to get afloat, sort of idea. Again, it does not look like this is going to end anytime soon, sorry to say. I don't know how long it's going to continue. I know that can be very exasperating. So if this is a case of you're having difficulty at work, you're just not happy at work, it almost seems like there might even be like one of your coworkers is talking about you behind your back to the boss or something, and spying on you or something. You really might want to use your spare time to look for another job. See if you can get employment elsewhere. I wouldn't recommend like quitting the job right away, but see if you can find something else so that you've got something to go to when you do quit this job. But yeah, I would yeah, Spirit's recommending look for another job. So do that. If this is something where you don't seem to be able to make ends meet, you're always sort of in debt or in financial trouble, again, if there's any way you can look for a better paying job, or maybe if you're at all able to see if you can expand your skills, maybe take a night school course or something, so that you can improve your sorry, I had the word and it left, your higher ability, or sorry, I think I just made up that word. Anyway, like, so you can advance with the work you're already doing. That seems like a better option than looking for a second job, or maybe even a third job. See if there's any way you can improve your skills so that you can, rise up the ladder. That would be a better option, it's looking like, okay? So look into that. Okay, Spirit said to move on to the next card. Ancestor of Knowing. So there's something, this almost has like a fairy godmother vibe to it. There's someone or something around you looking out for you. This might be an older relative or something, might give you sorry, my chair is really noisy. Give you a loan, perhaps, or give you some money to help tide you over. Yeah, so make it clear whether or not it's a gift or a loan. If it's a gift, okay. If it's a loan, though, find out when they're expecting to be paid back, because they might have the attitude that they're going to loan this money to you this month, you're going to pay them back next month, except you're not going to be able to pay them back for maybe like 6 months. And so then they're just going to nag you and get on your nerves, just make you even more stressed out. So find out what their expectations are of being paid back, and if it's in line with what you're expecting, and let them know. If I were you, if you think, yeah, I can pay this back in 6 months, tell them it's going to take you a year. Tell them it's going to take you longer. That way, if you pay them back early, they'll be really happy. But if you're paying them back late, it's going to be an issue. But yeah, try to be straight up and find out, because you might think, oh, they're going to lend this to you and they're not going to worry about being paid back. But I don't think that's the case if they're lending it. Okay. Okay, Spirit said to move on. So the next card we have here is Hunter of Strength. So the vision I'm getting right now, I can try to bring the card up, is like there's a little figure up here. That little figure looks very impish from my point of view, what I'm seeing in this card during this reading. There's someone here of mischief. They're mischievous. They be careful. What I'm getting is this person is a little thief. So it could be a case where, let's say you come home from work and maybe you put your wallet or your purse down in the same place every day and you don't really think about it. Then you go to get your purse or your wallet and you're going to go buy something and you're like, I swear I had another 20 in here or another 5, or and what, right? And maybe little things around the house are going missing. So watch out for that, because you've got someone who is taking the 5 or 10 or $20 or this little item or that little item. Be careful of that. Put a stop to it as soon as you can, because I think if you let it slide, they're going to take more and more and more. So you might think, maybe I misplaced the 20, or maybe I miscounted. So the first time, make note of it. The second time, be very wary. Something's going on here. Okay. Third time, yeah, for sure someone is doing this to you. But even the very first time, I would be like on the lookout and figuring out, okay, is someone doing this to me? If it happens more than once, yeah. And it could be quite a bit of time between these things happening, because they're trying to get away with it and see, did you notice? Did you say anything? You didn't say anything? Okay, they'll try it again, right? So, yeah, say something and be really, really careful about that, okay? So the next card we have here is Hunter of Honor. Yeah, this looks like someone getting caught red-handed. So it could be the little thief in the previous card. And just to point out, like, Spirit and I don't like to give negative readings, but if something negative comes through, it's like we're warning you or giving you the heads up so that you can prevent it or improve the situation, and make the best out of it. Like, forewarned, you can do something about it, right? So yeah, someone's going to get caught red-handed doing something they shouldn't be. So it could be the little thief. You might catch them red-handed, or someone else might catch them. It could be if you have someone at work who's talking trash about you to the boss. Again, someone might find out that they're not telling the truth, or It could be a coworker, or even like perhaps not your boss, but someone equal to them, another supervisor or something, that catches this person doing this. It's going to backfire on that person. Okay. So it's going to work out good for you, but it's going to backfire on them. And honestly, it doesn't feel like you're the one that catches him. It does feel as though it's someone else that catches them in the act, but you benefit by it, and they get caught. They get in trouble for it. Okay, so that looks like that's it for your reading. I hope things turn out well for you. Best of luck. Thank you so much for watching. This reading is for those of you that chose the Sunset painting, the second deck. So the first card we have here is Jetta, Honesty. And I'm going to show you the deck of cards I used. Sorry, should have done this earlier. The Aboriginal Healing Oracle deck. Okay, back to your reading. So, Jetta and Honesty. I've got two people here trying to juggle their finances. Huh. So it kind of looks like, I don't know if this is your partner, romantic partner or business partner. Could be a friend. Maybe you do like hobbies and you sell them or something. But to be honest, it doesn't look like either one of you it really has a head for finances. Sorry to say that. I think you're both really good at whatever your career path is. Like you're good at it. But it almost seems like you need to hire an accountant or bring someone else in that is better at the paperwork. It could just be, maybe you're okay with numbers, but you maybe just don't like doing it. Maybe it's not as fun, right? But you get bogged down. Anyway, see if you can find someone that's good with the paperwork. Be careful with them. Make sure they are very trustworthy, that they're not going to take advantage of you or start skimming off the top or anything. There is sort of an option of bringing them in as sort of like a third partner type of idea where it's equally divided between the three of you. But make sure, if that's the case, they're contributing to the workload evenly. Okay. But I mean, it depends how much paperwork you have. If that honestly is taking up all their time, then that could be an option. It looks like, you're fairly successful. It's just you need a bit more of an eye on the finances. Maybe there might be one of you that tends to be a little careless when it comes to spending, perhaps. Could be for personal things, could even be for the business. Instead of getting the best deal type of idea, maybe they buy higher end products that, well, you really didn't need to spend that much, right? And so now you're kind of trapped with, now you're going to have to charge more for your end product type of idea, and you really didn't want to do that. So yeah, be careful with the financial aspects. Okay, so the next card that we have here is Janali, and I cannot read the bottom word. Integrity, sorry. The light shining, I'm trying to read it on the screen. Okay. So yeah, so here we have the three of you, right? The two of you are the paler people, and then the financial person coming in as the third option here. I'm hearing everything's going swimmingly. I mean, because like even the bubbles that are coming down almost look like a waterfall or river or something, and then it looks like you're in your bathing suits, you're having a holiday, you're having a good time. So it looks like things are going to go well if you bring in that third person to help, to be more careful and cautious with the finances, to get all the accounting done properly, and to learn not to overspend on things, right? Yep, that seems to be all that's coming through for that card, so that's looking good. Okay, so the next card we have here is Cherry Ballart, Courage. So, I usually get the image and sound of bells with this card. I'm getting that a little bit here. So I was kind of looking at that, and it seems as though the business is going to expand in the future. So that's something to prepare for. So that might even be something you want to discuss if you're bringing this third person in. Discuss with them, if the business is going well, you think it's going to improve in the future, you know, what are the steps that we need to take to be able to expand the business? Because it looks like you will be able to do that. However, that's going to work out for the business that you have at hand. Whether it's opening a franchise or, maybe another store, increasing your online presence or something. So yeah, make sure the financial person, the third person you bring in here, is going to be able to do that they're going to be able to help you with that, and that they will know financially the best way to go about expanding for you. Okay, so make sure they have that before they join you. All right, make sure that's something that they are capable of doing. Okay, so the next card that we have here is Kangaroo Plum, Honesty. And I'm hearing the fruits of your labor. So, it's you have two people here, then you build up to three people with this card. Then you've got the one fruit that says, you're going to expand, and now you've got many fruits, right? So the expansion has gone well. So yeah, that's looking really, really good. Wow, Spirit saying that's it. That's that sums everything up. So that looks fantastic. Congratulations. I hope that all works out for you. Thank you so much for watching. So this reading is for those of you that chose the third deck with the wave painting. And the cards we're using here are the Mystical Journey Oracle cards. And the first card that we have here for you is Letting Go. So what I'm hearing is that maybe your expectations were too grand. Maybe you thought you were going to be farther than you are in this amount of time. So, like when you started off, you thought, well, in 5 years, you're going to be such and such a place, and in 10 years, you'll be in such and such a place. And that's just not what's been happening. It's going slower than you had thought, or, you were expecting to be earning a lot more than you are. There's some sort of disappointment here but I think you're doing okay, but you were expecting more than what you have, and so you're let down because your expectations have not been met. So it would be a good idea now, since you're here, and it's not where you want to be, take a look at it and review. Were your expectations unrealistic? Were they, a little bit more than was possible? A lot more than was possible? And so reassess, reevaluate, and Spirit saying reaffirm. So, take a look at it and see, okay, so this is where I am. This is realistic. This is where I am now. Okay, so where do I go from here? What do I want 5 years from now or 10 years from now? And maybe, try to make your expectations a little more conservative, right? It's always good to hope and dream and want things, but if you're not where you want it to be, what is it that prevented that from happening? Again, right? So you want to look back over the period of time that you've been spending on this. Do you need more education? Do you need to work for a different company? Whatever your expectations were, how can you meet them? So if you want to keep the same expectations and just move it down the line, okay, you don't have that now, but maybe you can make that happen in 5 years. So what is it going to take for you to be able to do that? So really, now is a good time to really evaluate where you are, how far you've come, and where it is you want to go, and work out a plan that you can try. Okay. The next card we have here is New Dawn. So I'm seeing here a brand new opportunity that's going to be presented to you. Be careful of this. If this is something, okay, if you are looking for a new job and you are applying for a new job and you get an interview and things look good and you have researched the company and you're really happy, fantastic. However, if this is someone coming along who is making promises and, oh, you're exactly who they want, you're the type of person they're looking for, you just need to invest this small amount of money, but you're going to have a huge return, be really careful it's not a scam, okay? Be super, super cautious. Don't drop everything that you've worked for so far to run straight into this what looks like a perfect, fantastic opportunity, and it might not be, okay? So be extremely cautious of someone coming in and, waving this wonderful opportunity in front of you. You can get that now. Yeah, be super, super cautious. And if they're saying, no, you have to invest now, no, we don't have time for you to research and look into this and look into our backgrounds or anything. You know what I mean? No, we don't have time for that. You have to do this now because the opportunity is now and you'll miss it. Okay, just say, yeah, that's fine. If you say, no, I want time to research it, then they'll probably back out the offer. That means there was no real offer there, okay? So be really super cautious. I'm not saying don't pursue a new opportunity. Hey, if you're being presented something from someone who has a lot of integrity, someone you've known for a long time, it's a legitimate thing, absolutely look into it. If it all works out and it looks like it's a really good thing, then you can try it, all right? But just make sure the offer is exactly what they're saying it is and that they can back it up, okay? So the next card we have here is Growth. So I'm just getting, sorry, from Spirit back to the first two cards. if people know you're not where you want to be in life, or if you're feeling sort of down because this isn't what you had hoped it would be, when this shiny new thing gets offered, you might be really tempted to jump for it, okay? But really, really, really use caution, okay? Be careful. Or if they've heard that you're feeling kind of let down in life, they might think you're a sucker that they can take advantage of. So please, please be careful. Okay, so back to the growth card. Yeah, again, Spirit and the card is saying, if you have some time saved up to be able to get away for a little while, maybe a long weekend or something, to take a bit of vacation, take a time out for yourself, do that, okay? And use that time to assess where you are in life and what you want to do. So make sure to make the time to do that. And if you're able to take a few days off to do that, then go ahead. Because having those few days off, you can research online and different places to find out, well, what is out there that could maybe offer you what it is you're looking for. And maybe you can get there faster with another company or something. But again, research it carefully, okay? But yeah, take some time off. Try not to beat yourself up about where you are. There's very few people in life, I think, who are exactly where they thought they were going to be in life, right? There's a lot of people that things happen and you have to deal and try to get through it, okay? So you're not alone with that. But yeah, take some time off. And don't take time off and party, or take time off and surrounded by, like, you need some time alone, okay? All right, to really take a good look at your life. So see if you can get some time, even if you can only get a few hours. Just try to get something, okay? Okay, so the next card we have here is Life Review. There we go. Like, I honestly just I read the cards as I picked them up for you, so I didn't know that was there. That's hilarious. Okay, so yes, your life review, right? Which is what we've been talking about, pretty much the whole reading. Yeah. As we age, our goals change. So if you had goals when you were a teenager, and that's not happening for you now, and you might be beating yourself up. Oh, I didn't get what I wanted. This isn't happening. That didn't happen. What about this? That's what you wanted when you were a teenager. How old are you now, right? Life changes. Things change around us. Circumstances change. And so our goals and our wants and our needs in life also change. So don't get hung up on things that you did not accomplish, that you had wanted to accomplish when you were 21 and that didn't happen. And, like, drop it. Maybe that's not important to you now. Maybe that's, something that isn't relevant for your life at this point in time. So take a look at that and get rid of the things that you don't need. And it's okay not to do everything. It's okay not to get every single goal checked off on your list. Bring in new things. So make that part of what you're doing when you're taking some time for yourself to review. Maybe you wanted to be a millionaire. That didn't work out. It doesn't work out for many people. And maybe now in your life you're like, actually, I would just rather have a nice home in a nice place to live and have a decent job, and I don't really need to be a millionaire. That's great. But, so don't beat yourself up that, you didn't make some goal. That's okay. Assess, reevaluate, fix things, change it, because you're not the same person you were then. If you look back to when you were a teenager, you are not the same person. You have grown, you have learned, you have changed. And so your goals and what you want in life will change with you. And that is perfectly normal. Okay, well, I hope this has been helpful. Good luck with everything. Thank you so much for watching. This reading is for those of you that chose the 4th deck of cards, the one with the tree. The deck that we are using is the Celtic Spirit Oracle cards. Okay, so the first card we have here is Sacred Waters. Don't know if you can see that very well. Deep Healing. I can't read the other word, sorry. Emotions and Pilgrimage. There we go. Okay. So this seems as though you've been out of work for a while. It kind of feels like you would like a source of income, but that might not be feasible right now. It feels like you would like to feel more productive. It really feels like your attention is on other things, but that your attention is where it needs to be. So, like perhaps you're raising children, and so like your attention needs to be on raising your kids right now, but you'd like to bring in, an extra source of income. So if that's the case, like if your children are really young, if they're still at home, it's going to be difficult to do that, right? Maybe you could babysit another kid to earn some money that way, but try not to overextend yourself. Things I think will improve when the kids are in school, and then you'll have a little more time that you could, maybe take up a hobby that you can sell things, or sell Avon or something, right? Just for an extra source of income, something that you can do while the kids are in school that's not going to interfere with like you'll be home when they're home type of idea, and you can be out working when they're in school, if that's possible. But honestly, like right now, it just seems like you have to go through what you're going through. And I know there can be a lot of pressure from society and from family members or friends. You might think, oh, wow, they've got careers and this and that and the other thing. And right now you're not able to work for whatever the reason is. Honestly, it seems like you're exactly where you should be and that everything's fine. Don't get hung up on that. Don't put yourself down about that, because it feels like you are doing exactly what you should be doing. You are where you should be. And if you're, looking for work, then keep looking. But again, try not to, there's a lot of like, try not to beat yourself up here. So maybe even if you need some extra schooling, or, maybe you're barking up the wrong tree. Maybe you've been trying to work in a field that maybe you're just not suited for, or that just isn't the right fit for you. And so, if you're not working, it might be a good time to explore. If you've got the time, use it. See if there's another career path you might take. See if you want to go back to school for something. Even if it's just a short night school course or something. Look into other areas of interest. Because maybe if you're having trouble finding work, it's because it's something you're not really meant to do. And maybe if you start looking elsewhere, or something that's slightly different, then maybe you might find employment with that instead, right? Okay, but you have the time now, so take advantage of that. Okay, so the next card we have here is Shaman Spiral. And the other words at the bottom are awareness, practice, and connection. So this feels like someone else's energy. This might be a mentor. Feels like it could be an older person or someone who perhaps has more experience about something. So they might be a good person to go to talk about finding the work that you're looking for, or finding an extra way to earn an income. Because they might be doing that and they might be able to help you with that. So if it's someone that's doing something that you're interested in, then that's terrific. You can almost like be an apprentice to them right away and learn from them. If it's someone that you just admire who seems to have it all together, well, they might be able to help sit down with you and help you figure out what would be best for you, what area might work for you. Okay. And I'm getting the feeling that their interest is to help you to be the best that you can be. It doesn't feel like they're going to try to manipulate you at all in any way. Okay. So if you have someone like that that you know of, you can go to them for guidance. The next card we have here is the Crone Fairy Godmother. And the words at the bottom are wisdom, future, and truth. So what I'm getting here is actually looking into ancient ways, traditional ways, older ways of living, of being, of doing things. Now that could be a really good guide and path to take, now, if you're not able to work, then don't be afraid of following a more traditional style of living or something. If that fits with you, this could also be that maybe that's something you need to look at for future employment possibilities, as something that's perhaps more traditional than you had been looking into. Maybe ancient ways of doing something. And you might just be surprised at what it is you discover that you could be really good at, and that there could be a need for. Okay, so that's something that you might want to look into. If you have any sort of interest in ancient things, in traditional ways of doing things, look into that. I mean, it could be something as simple as cooking ancient ways or something, and then you start a YouTube channel and you're cooking in these traditional ways that people don't do anymore, and it could be a huge hit. That's just an example. I'm not saying to do that, but it could be something along those lines, and that could be very lucrative for you. Okay, so the next card we have here is the Green Fairy. And the words below are mischief, freedom, and reckless. This feels like someone else's energy again. To be honest, this feels like it could be someone who claims to be your friend, but they aren't. They are jealous of you. It seems like they're jealous of what you have now. They might be the one who is sort of whispering things into your ear to make you feel bad about yourself. They might be putting you down all the time, and it might be little things here and there, little jabs, and then they, laugh it off. Oh, I didn't really mean that, right? I mean, yeah, there's something not straightforward with this person. So if you have someone like that around you, you would be better off without them being in your life, because I don't see that they're going to change that behavior. You can try to confront them about it. I think they will deny it, but continue to behave that way. So it's up to you, but uh, they're just going to make you feel bad about yourself all the time, no matter what you do, where you go. And they could be what perhaps is making you feel bad about your situation currently, when really, from what I'm being told, there's absolutely nothing wrong with your situation right now. It's not anything you've done, that you haven't done anything wrong or bad, that you're not a failure. Actually, this person and their behavior would make them a failure. So they're trying to bring you down, right? To puff themselves up or make them feel better about themselves. I just don't get that myself. But anyway, yeah, watch out for that person and really think about whether or not you need them in your life anymore. Because I think they're probably gossiping and whispering about you behind your back as well. And you don't need that. No one does. Okay, well, that seems to be it for your reading. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so very much for watching.